Hey guys, I wanted to just say thank you very much for participating in our survey. My name is Brandon Barty. That ridiculous looking guy right there is me. And like I said, I just wanted to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Your responses help us to, number one, know what's working within our business model, and just as importantly, know what isn't working, what we need to change. And also, it helps us to know how to give you exactly what you want when you come to book us for a photo shoot. For the last 3 years, I have been obsessed with the concept of coming up with the perfect photography experience. And that might sound a little cheesy, but I want to create such a good experience for you that you're not only blown away with the quality that you receive, but you can't help but tell your friends about it. That's obviously helpful for me, but I above all else, I want to provide you with a good quality product that's worth bragging about. So the purpose of this video is, number one, to tell you what we learned from the survey. And number two, to tell you what we're changing as a result of it. And most importantly for you, number three is to tell you a few different ways that you can use your $100 gift card that we're sending you in the mail as a thank you. By the way, we dropped those in the mail today. Today's Tuesday, so they should be there by noon on Thursday of this week. Okay, so first off, what we learned. Number one, that you hate the stiff-looking typical images that you get from most that took the survey that said they're seniors next year. So